Hello, Oilers fans. Austin here. And before we get into today's pregame report between the Oilers and Sharks, I just wanted to take a moment to express my heartfelt condolences to the McCurdy family. Bruce McCurdy passed away very sadly the other night, and he's very well known in oil country. Cult of Hockey podcast with David Staples, wrote for the Edmonton Journal. He's been around oil country for a long time. Many of you fans have had the pleasure of meeting and interacting with him over the years. I was someone that was very lucky to be able to interact with him on Twitter pretty recently, and obviously his loss is a huge shock to the community. So I just wanted to put out my most heartfelt condolences and wishing everyone in the hockey community that's being affected by this, especially the McCurdy family and everyone that was close to him. I'm wishing you all the best today. So our hearts are heavy, but at the end of the day, there is still hockey to be played. So I hope, this video brings a bit of joy to people, and the Oilers have a strong game tonight. And I am expecting them to have a strong game tonight against the San Jose Sharks as we move into the pregame report. Of course, with all these pregame reports, make sure to hit the like button. And of course, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you end up really liking it, although you don't have to. It's all good. With the pregame reports, we always go through the lineups, the game day stats, the keys to the game, score prediction, and of course, our players to watch. I am kind of losing my voice here. I'm getting a bit of a cold, so we're going to do this not speedrun style, but this pregame report is going to be a little bit quicker moving than my usual ones. I'm not going to be yapping as much about just random stuff because my brain likes to do that. So let's jump into this pregame report. We'll check on the projected lineups. Now, as of the recording of this video, this is from Daily Faceoff's website. And I was waiting this morning to see when the Oilers would jump on the ice for morning skate. And unfortunately, by the time I decided to record, the Oilers had not been on the ice yet. So I'm assuming the lineups will be the exact same as they were the other night against Vegas. I don't know why there's a spelling error for Zach Hyman. We'll just get rid of that R at the end of his name. Top line, Podkolzin, Draisaitl, Victor Arvidsson. Arvidsson has goals in consecutive games. He had the eventual game winner against the Vegas Golden Knights. He has been playing very, very good hockey. Leon Draisaitl scored goal number 52 against Vegas, and he's looking to continue his incredible Hart MVP season. And Vasily Podkolzin, I'd like to see a bit of offense from him moving forward because there are players in the lineup that are going to be joining soon. You have Trent Frederick, who will likely join by the end of this road trip. You have Evander Kane that's probably getting close to ready. Connor McDavid's going to be coming back. Guys like Podkolzin, Max Jones, different players that aren't producing offensively right now, they're kind of the bubble players in my opinion. And even though Podkolzin does a lot of really good things away from the puck, he needs to start putting that puck in the net, or at least being a driver when it comes to some offense here if he wants to keep his spot in this lineup for game one of the postseason. On the second line, you'll have Zach Hyman with Nugent Hopkins and Kasperi Kapanen. Now, Kapanen has one goal in his last 34 games or something outrageous. The fact that he's getting a top six look over Jeff Skinner makes no sense to me, but I did like Kapanen's game against Vegas. All things considered, he was doing the right things away from the puck. He was utilizing his speed and his skill with the puck, and hopefully he's able to continue that because Nugent Hopkins and Zach Hyman have also been playing very good hockey as of late. On the third line, we'll have Jeff Skinner with Matthias Janmark and Connor Brown. Now, poor Jeff Skinner is stuck with two absolute boat anchors right now on that third line. But as long as they can just break even, tread water, and maybe pot a goal or two, that would be absolutely phenomenal. I like Connor Brown and Jeff Skinner together. I just don't like Matthias Janmark in that center position. I've talked about it way too much. I'm not going to get into it, but hopefully that third line can prove me wrong tonight. And the fourth line, you'll have Max Jones with Adam Henrique and Corey Perry. Max Jones is someone that will likely see about 5 minutes of ice time tonight. Then you have Adam Henrique, of course, and Corey Perry, who in their limited ice time are usually pretty effective when it comes to the forecheck and cycle. They usually get a shot or two on net, but I'm not expecting a whole lot from that line in general tonight. On defense, you'll have Walman with Bouchard. Now, Jake Walman, he is playing his former team for the first time since he was traded from San Jose to Edmonton at the trade deadline. So he will likely be the player to watch for Edmonton tonight. Evan Bouchard, of course, has been playing much better lately as well. On the second pair, you'll have Nurse with Stetcher. Darnell Nurse playing some of his best hockey as of late. I thought Darnell Nurse's game against Vegas was maybe his best game all season overall. I really, really liked what Darnell Nurse was doing against the Vegas Golden Knights. going up against their top lines. And obviously, San Jose is not the same caliber of opponent as Vegas, but Darnell Nurse has a lot that he can build on right now for his game, and I like him and Stetcher together, though you will see Nurse and Walman get paired together as well. And then on the third pair, you'll have Kulak with Emberson. Now, Ty Emberson, he's been looking real shaky as of late, and he's another player where when different defensemen are healthy, when Ekholm comes back, who knows with John Klingberg, no idea, his status is up in the air. Emberson is another one of those defensemen where he played well at the start of the season, but his last month and a half or so, he's looked real shaky. Basically, since the Four Nations break ended, Ty Emberson on the defensive side of the game has looked a little bit off right now, so don't be surprised to see him being the odd man out come the playoffs later this month. And in goal, you'll have Calvin Pickard start. I would have loved to see Olivier Rodrigue get the start. However, I don't mind the logic in putting Calvin Pickard in for as many starts as possible, because if you're trying to test the waters, if he can handle a starter's workload, that's what I consider this. Calvin Pickard is auditioning right now to be the playoff game one starter. And if Calvin Pickard can play almost every game on this road trip, or if he does play every game on this road trip and he plays well, he plays like he did against Vegas, he's going to be the game one playoff starter. So for Calvin Pickard, this is a big game for him. Obviously, he still has to play very good hockey. He has to make sure that he is on top of things tonight, because even though San Jose is dead last, they can still put the puck in the net. They have real good young offensive players, and this team has to be ready to go tonight. Now, when it comes to the game day stats, the San Jose Sharks, they are 20, 44, and 10 on the season. They are likely to get another lottery-style pick somewhere in the top three, very likely again this season. 3-6-1 in their last 10 games. They rank 31st in expected goals, 23rd on the power play, 27th on the penalty kill. They rank 30th in goals for per game, 32nd in goals against per game, 31st in Corsi, and 31st in shots for percentage. The San Jose Sharks are basically bottom five in every statistical category that you can think of. Their power play is a little bit more respectable, but that's not saying a whole lot for this team. The Oilers have to make sure that even though this opponent is far below you, that the Oilers play their game. You cannot allow San Jose to open things up tonight. For the Oilers, they're 43, 26, and 5, 6-3-1 in their last 10 games, which is very respectable. Love to see that. They're 4th in expected goals, 7th on the power play. They rank 21st on the penalty kill, 11th in goals per game, 14th in goals against per game. They rank 4th in Corsi for percentage and 2nd in shots for percentage. You look at the Oilers' statistical categories here. They've been top 10 in a lot of them all season. They've been kind of, regressing a little bit here, but I like their overall game at 5-on-5 recently. And if they play like they did against Vegas, just completely neutralize and shut down everything, shut down the cycle, shut down rush chances against, Edmonton is going to have a lot of success moving forward, not just against the Sharks, but when the playoffs start as well. Now, when it comes to the keys to the game for the Oilers, number one, do not be lazy. I don't care if San Jose is first in the NHL or dead last. You cannot be lazy against this team. You cannot just, make plays that you think are going to happen. You have to earn every inch on the ice tonight. Number two, do not underestimate your opponent. Do not get into that mental side where you're like, oh, it's just the Sharks. Yeah, it's the Sharks. They can still win hockey games. These are still NHL caliber players. Do not estimate your opponent. Otherwise, San Jose is going to feast on us tonight. And number three, don't assume. Don't assume that you have this in the bag. Don't assume that you can make a certain play. Don't assume that you're just going to be able to put the puck in the net at will tonight. Earn everything tonight. The Oilers, it's got to be business tonight. You got to come in with a business attitude. If you blow San Jose out of the water, that's how it goes. If you need to win the game 2-1, that's how it goes. But earn everything on the ice tonight. For the San Jose Sharks, number one, loosey-goosey. Now, San Jose, I don't mean loosey-goosey like don't play the system. But what I'm saying is loosey-goosey is in, they can just kind of play their game. They can open things up. They're going to want to open up the neutral zone. They're going to want to create a back and forth kind of track meet style game. And for Edmonton, that would be very bad because they are not good at defending rush chances against San Jose. If they're playing loosey-goosey, they might be able to lull Edmonton into a false sense of security. Maybe the Oilers accidentally open up a bit and then San Jose can counter. And then, of course, speed kills for the Sharks. They are a fast, young, skilled team. And in a couple years, this is going to be a very dangerous team that the Oilers in the Pacific Division are going to have to watch out for. The San Jose Sharks, I gave a lot of crap to Mike Grier over the last couple of seasons with how he's managed this rebuild. But he's putting together a pretty interesting team, a team that looks to be, building something really special here. He's got a ton of draft capital. They have amazing talent on this roster. It's just about finding the right pieces to surround those young stars that they have right now. Guys like Celebrini, Will Smith. They're going to be a good team in the very near future. My players to watch tonight, number one for the Oilers, Jake Walman. Like I said, this is his first game against his former team tonight, the Sharks. I'm expecting Walman to have a bit of a chip on his shoulder, and I'm expecting him to have a good game. He did score his first goal as an Oiler against Vegas the other night, so let's see if he can continue that momentum. And, of course, for the San Jose Sharks, I'm going with Will Smith as my player to watch in this one. Will Smith became the youngest San Jose Shark to score 2 goals in a game since Patrick Marleau did it way back in the day. So Will Smith, this is a very young, skilled player. He is incredibly fun to watch. Him and Celebrini are just, this is like new school, right? Like we still talk about McDavid and what he did for the game. The new generation of players are also incredible. Connor Bedard, Will Smith, Macklin Celebrini. Pretty soon we're going to have Gavin McKenna break into the NHL in 2 years from now. Gavin McKenna, by the way, oof. As a also Bruins fan, I really hope they tank the next couple of seasons and get Gavin McKenna because that kid is unbelievable. Anyways, score prediction tonight for your Edmonton Oilers. I'm going to go 5-2 Oilers with a smiley face. I'm hoping this holds up. The Oilers, there is zero excuse to lose this hockey game. I don't care if San Jose is playing at 130% and they are giving you fits all night. For the Edmonton Oilers, you have to beat this team, and you have to get the win tonight. You play San Jose 2 more times after this. Bank these points. Bank these points, put pressure on the LA Kings, who are above you in the standings, force them to have to continue to win their games, because when you play the Kings 2 more times, that will likely cement who gets home ice advantage in round 1. Can't afford to throw points away this late in the season, not against the Sharks. So let's get the big win tonight, folks. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, please tell someone that you love them before the game tonight. It's just super important to me, and life happens so fast, and I don't want to get heavy-hearted here, but with everything that's gone on and Bruce McCurdy, just tell someone that you love them, all right? And, of course, as always, fight like a kid, fight like Ben. Let's go, Oilers. Let's get a big win tonight.